So I was supposed to run today, but here I am. We are living in some dangerous times where freedom of speech has become a controversy, where people, not only on the left as expected, but people on the right have now spiraled into wanting controlled speech, wanting controlled freedom of expression and control of our memes. Anytime anyone on the right or left start to want to classify memes as hate speech, I'm going to be there to shut that down. Freedom of speech means defending all speech and all forms of expression, even when that form may hurt or offend feelings. All speech is protected, as long as it's not calling for violence. The moment we start being selective of who deserves freedom of speech is the moment we all become frauds. The moment we lose everything we have been fighting for against the left. Controversial speech has never been such a hot topic of debate. I decided to keep my commitment and not walk away because my belief in protecting freedom of speech and standing up for it, even when I may receive backlash, and even have people on the left and right slander me, is due to my immense loyalty in protecting our First Amendment right. I have to stand firm. I have to stand firm because I will not give censorship any room. I will not waver on freedom of speech. I have always been a staunch defender of this, and I am not about to stop for fear of receiving political backlash or for fear of being associated with certain people. Sharing a platform with people I don't agree with is the epitome of what a freedom of speech rally should be. You know, my parents were legal immigrants, okay? My parents, they came to this country from Mexico. They had their citizenship when they had me. I am living proof that immigrants can assimilate to our Western culture. And it is my goal to guide Hispanics in the right direction. What would that say about my moral convictions if I run because I don't agree with someone's speech at a freedom of speech rally? I am not easily frightened. For the past year, I have received thousands of attacks, hate memes, really shitty hate memes coming from the left, and endless hate speech in all forms against me, and it's still happening for being a Latina for Trump. And that didn't stop me. If anything, I'm stronger because of it, and anything you throw my way, I will brush it off with a delicate swift of my hand. What is the point of free speech if we are talking to each other in this echo chamber about views and ideas that we have heard a million times? Listening and sharing a platform with opposing views will not magically change your values and morals. If you believe this, then you have a problem. As we have witnessed, it's not just the left that want to shut down opposing views. It's also people on the right. We can't let that happen. No matter how much you think those views are wrong, and no matter how much you don't agree with them, we can't let anybody stifle our freedom of speech right. We have to stand up against it. In the UK, the UK has already slowly lost its freedom of speech. They are not allowed to criticize Islam or Muslims, or they will go to prison. According to The Verge, a man in the UK has been arrested on charges inciting racial hatred on social media after he tweeted a Muslim demanding her to explain why there was attacks going on in Brussels. And he was arrested for this. His name was Matthew Doyle, a 46-year-old man arrested in the UK for demanding answers from Muslims. We can't have that in the United States. We can't have that. We must protect our First Amendment right. And this is how it starts. This is exactly how it starts, by a few people who don't understand what freedom of speech really means. When people don't understand what freedom of speech really means, that's when the globalists and government shills start to take that right away. They are already censoring us online. Why give them more room to do so? When does it end? Will we let that right be stripped until we find ourselves in a jail cell because we said that Muhammad was a pedophile? Until we find ourselves in solitary confinement because we tweeted out a meme that was just too spicy and offended just too many people? No, I would rather die than have that for America. If you can't handle the memes, if you can't handle the supposed hate speech, if you can't handle opposing views, then you don't belong on social media. You don't belong. Sorry, the dark corners of the interwebs are not for you, and it's best for you to sit at home in your little bubble, in your little safe space bubble where no one can hurt your feelings and where you can't see the written words and the memes to offend you. You need to be stronger. You need to toughen up. No, I'm not saying don't be offended. I'm saying be offended. Being offended is a good thing. I'm saying I want you to be so offended that you're literally shaking and crying, because only then can you test how far you're willing to go. How far are you willing to defend freedom of speech when it's hitting you in the face and attacking you? What would you do?
Yeah.
someone offended you online and threw some hate speech at you, consider yourself lucky enough to have experienced freedom of speech at its finest yet darkest moments. Know that you can move on from it.
One man, one woman.
Yeah, you can move on from it being stronger, more powerful, instead of demanding that the whole world disavow your hate speech. We can't let that continue to happen. You need to be stronger than that and put up with the hate speech, put up with the hate memes, and just move on. Be strong. There are certain things that I will not waver on. Certain issues that no matter what kind of backlash and what kind of character assassination gets thrown my way, I will not back down. And that is in defending freedom of speech, in defending our freedoms as Americans. I will stand up and always speak the truth, no matter how much that truth will be hated. I will not cheat on my values. I will not cheat on my morals. I will stand strong and stand loyal to what is right, what is fair, in the name of honor and honoring my commitments. That is my right as an American. That is my duty as being this person with this platform, standing up and speaking, ready to defend it at all costs, to speak up for you and always stand up, ready to throw myself in the front lines, to report the truth, and ready to throw myself against the globalist wolves, ready to devour anyone ready to speak up. So give me freedoms as American. Give me freedom of expression. Give me my freedom of speech. And as Patrick Henry famously said, give me liberty or give me death.